First thing I want to talk about today, guys, is Twitter. Twitter is no longer called Twitter. Twitter is now called X, which is stupid. That's just dumb. That is like, I really, there's this conspiracy theory out there that maybe Elon Musk bought Twitter with the express purpose of running it into the ground. And I didn't believe that at first, because he spent a shitload of money on Twitter. What was it, $42 million, or billion dollars, excuse me. 42 billion, which is like way more than Twitter was worth. Something like, he overpaid by like $20 billion, like something ridiculous like that. So, was not a very good business decision to buy Twitter. And I didn't believe that, but now I'm kind of thinking, yeah, maybe there might be something to it. Because this is the dumbest rebranding decision like ever. I mean, it's stupid. Like, X? Like, what the hell does that even mean? Why would you call it that? I want to take a quick look over here at the latest branding from Twitter. This is Elon Musk's page. You'll notice that I have him blocked. It finally let me block him. So, because fuck Elon Musk. I only really come to Twitter nowadays to like look and see what the chuds are posting. Because I don't even bother using Twitter anymore because it doesn't fucking work anymore. It's like you have to pay them and all this shit, and if you don't pay them, then you can only see a certain number of posts a day. And I notice that the same fucking posts get repeated over and over, and it's always showing me like this bullshit from like right-wing influencers like fucking Cat Turd and like all these other assholes, Ben Shapiro and shit. It's like showing me all of this like bullshit that I have no interest in. Twitter's fucking sucks now, and I think this rebranding it as X is like kind of putting the nail in the fucking coffin. So first off, what the hell even is this logo? It's stupid. I mean, it's just stupid looking, is what it is. According to Musk here, it's futuristic Art Deco, and he's got this like this animation here, like this weird spastic animation that, like, okay, whatever. I mean, I guess, there is a point here. His other company is called SpaceX, so alright, maybe that fits in with X. Right? But, yeah, it's kind of dumb. Here's our headquarters. That looks stupid. It just looks dumb. And here's the point, like, is this the logo? Like, is that the logo? See, this logo is different. Like, is that the SpaceX logo? Like, I don't know what's going on with that. Here's something Elon Musk retweeted. X is the future state of unlimited internet activity centered in audio, video, messaging, payments, banking, creating a global marketplace for ideas, goods, services, and opportunities powered by AI. X will connect us all in ways we've been beginning to imagine. What does that even fucking mean? That's gobbledygook is what that is. It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. What does that even mean? It's just like a bunch of buzzwords thrown together. Because you know what it kind of sounds like to me? It kind of sounds like he wants to make the metaverse. Centered in audio, video, messaging, payments, banking. Like what the fuck? Like, what does it do? Is it a social media thing? Is it a banking thing like PayPal? Can you put video and audio on? Like, I guess that's kind of a good idea. Like, maybe if you took, I mean, is that what the vision is? That he's thinking that it'll be like Twitter and like PayPal and like Spotify and YouTube, like all rolled together? I mean, isn't that what Facebook is? So he's going to make it into Facebook? Like, that's what Facebook is, isn't it? Like, you have Facebook, I guess, except for the banking part. Who the hell would use fucking, like, Twitter as their bank? Like, that's fucking dumb. I don't know. Maybe I just lack vision. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why he's like the richest man on earth and I'm not. Excuse me, I need to unblock him again. Whatever. I liked how, because before the X.com was like going to like, it was going to like one of those like placeholder pages, and they finally had to enable that. So whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's really fucking stupid. Here you go. X.com logo from 1999. I would, you know what? I would respect it more if that was the logo that they used. Some like, you know, 90s sort of X-Men looking logo. I wonder who actually owned X.com. Whoever that was, I hoped they charged Elon Musk up the asshole to use that domain. I hope they figured, hey, Elon Musk wants to buy this domain, and I hope they fucking like raked his ass over the coals for that. Because fuck Elon Musk. I mean, here's the thing, right? Twitter is used so much by so many people that the terms tweet, that has become part of the lexicon. You know what I mean? Like that's become sort of like when people say tweet, like that's specifically a verb. Like you don't say I'm going to go to Facebook something. You know? But you say it like that sort of brand recognition is something that no other website really has. Except maybe, I don't know, maybe YouTube. And he's going to ruin that by making it some dumbass fucking X. Like, what the hell does it... So instead of tweeting, are you Xing now? Is that what it is? Like, are you... I mean, is it... Do you say crossing? Do you say Xing? Like, I'm going to X my opinion? Like, it's dumb. It's dumb, and let's... Everybody remember, Elon Musk did this himself. Let's turn this fucking stupid shit off. This is like embarrassing how dumb that fucking idea is. It's embarrassing. And this, you know, remember, this is supposedly the world's like real life Tony Stark or whatever. Like, why is he wasting his time with shit like this if he's supposed to be so goddamn smart? I mean, if he was so damn smart, he'd realize just the billions and billions of dollars worth of market just, you know, dominance that he's throwing away, and like name recognition alone that he's tossing by doing this completely ridiculous fucking rebrand. Because people are still going to refer to it as Twitter. They're not going to say X. The same way that they still say Google is Google and not Alphabet. You notice how, like, they changed the name of Google's parent company to Alphabet, but nobody says fucking Alphabet. They all say Google. Why is that? Because Google has the brand recognition. Because you know what Google is. Nobody knows what the fucking Alphabet. Alphabet is a soup. That's what Alphabet is. Right? When you think Alphabet, you think fucking like a song that you learn in grade school. Or like a soup that you eat, you know, Campbell's Alphabet Soup or whatever. You don't think multi-billion-dollar internet conglomerate. He's blowing it hard. I mean, we gotta remember. I mean, the thing is, I guess he kind of deserves it, and I'm kind of happy because I seriously give Twitter less than... I don't even give 5 years at this point. He's driven away all of the users who, like, you know, Twitter used to be a trusted brand. Before all this happened, you could go there, like, people were using Twitter for things like political revolutions, you know, the Arab Spring and all that. Those people used Twitter to communicate. There are companies out there that don't have any kind of contact us sort of thing, and they use Twitter, like YouTube. If you get banned off of YouTube for whatever reason, like if you have a YouTube channel and you get your channel removed, it's impossible. There's no way to contact the YouTube people in order to like appeal your case. It's all automated. There's no number to call. There's no email, whatever. But you know what you can do? You can tweet at them, and they will actually respond to the tweet, and then they'll review your case, and then you'll get your channel back. That's what happened to me, right? So there's like other companies that are using Twitter to like facilitate their business and stuff like that. He's ruining all of that by getting rid of all of the like, you know, controls there, and like encouraging fucking Nazis and shit to, like, you know, people like Cat Turd and like all these other fucking dipshit, you know, right-wing assholes, by magnifying those people and doing things like leaning heavily into like anti-trans rhetoric by encouraging things like anti-vax rhetoric, that kind of thing. He's driving the normal people away. And people are leaving. People are hungry. I mean, why do you think so many people signed up to Threads? I mean, Instagram, yeah, Instagram is huge, but why would you leave a perfectly good social media site where everybody already is? Why would you do that? All your friends are already on Twitter, so why would you bother going to this other website where you have to start all over? Well, that's what he did. You have to basically create that desire in people to abandon. Like when you're this huge, you have to drive people away, and that's what Elon Musk did by encouraging the fucking right wing trolls and the alt right people, encouraging bigotry. You know, stupid shit like saying, "Oh, the word cis is a slur" and all that other crap, right? The whole fucking dumbass shit with the Twitter files and leaning super heavy into the right wing politics. He just drove away like an entire demographics. Drove away an entire, I mean, if we're not even talking just the United States, folks. Remember, you have like the entire world who are seeing this shit, and people are hungry. And this is why Threads gets fucking 1 billion users in like a week signing up for it, because people were looking for alternatives. They went with Mastodon. Mastodon fucking, I don't even know what the fuck's going on with Mastodon. It's too weird, too hard to use, so that shit didn't happen. They want to use Blue Sky. Everybody's itching to get on fucking Blue Sky, and they can't get their shit together fast enough. So I guess it's up to Zuck. Up to Zuck and Threads, and they seem to be the only ones who've got the infrastructure set up, who have been able to have a successful launch. And it's good to actually see Twitter have some real competition, because they don't have any competition. You notice that the internet lately, over the last, say, 8 to 10 years, has sort of been consolidated down into a handful of companies. You notice that? It all kind of started with the Web 2.0, right? Like, way back in the day, like in the Web 1.0 days, is what they call that. That's when everybody made their own little home pages and stuff like that, and that's what the internet was. It was like you had your home page and you had like a blog, and then maybe there'd be like some sharing sites, and then like independent stores, that kind of thing, stuff like that. It's not like that anymore, folks. It's all now. There's major companies which are sort of gatekeeping the internet. So you have sites like social media sites, like I guess Twitter would be social media. Things like Facebook, that kind of thing. People go to those. They have video sharing sites like YouTube. There's only really one. What it'll be is that there's like one major site and then a bunch of little sites that are just sort of around it. Like, yeah, you have your Daily Motions and you have things like Vimeo and all that. But really, it's YouTube. That's the only place you can go to get video sharing, right? The the only real social media place nowadays where you can make a profile and all that is Facebook. I mean, yes, there's all these small little ones. And before, up until recently, the only place for like a microblogging kind of place was Twitter. And yeah, you had all these little ones around it. You had True Social and you had Telegram and a bunch of other sites that nobody really used. And now it's like, I guess it's good finally that somebody's starting to break this monopoly. Now we just need someone to break the monopoly with YouTube and Facebook and eBay and Amazon. You notice now that it used to be like a good 10, 15 years ago, there were literally millions of small little businesses all over the internet, especially when it came to like shopping for things. There were stores all over the internet where you can find stuff, everything from collectibles to car parts to wherever. And now not so much. Now those places are all starting to kind of go out of business, and they're becoming Amazon affiliates and selling things through Amazon or eBay or Mercado Libre or something like that. So it's kind of, yeah, we're starting to see that sort of consolidation of the internet. Those the golden days when it was like the gold rush. The internet gold rush, I guess, is what you would call it, where anybody can make a website and it would like grow and get big and all that. Like, those days are kind of over, and most people are starting to just have their daily internet experience through one of these huge corporations, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing because they use algorithms that basically decide on which content gets served up. And when you're trying to run a business like that, that can basically they could decide who lives or dies, and it's, I don't know. I think that's bad. So I guess it's ultimately a good thing, in my opinion, that yeah, maybe Twitter needs to get knocked down a couple of pegs. Maybe there should be some viable alternatives, like real, actual alternatives that people use besides just one giant website for everything. And I don't like that idea. That idea that Twitter, now I guess it's X, wants to become the hugest website, the giant website that everybody uses for everything ever, and you don't have to go anywhere else. It's like, no, I don't like that at all. That idea that Musk is going to try to monopolize everything, fuck that shit. A good example in fiction, I guess, would be Ready Player One. Think about that. Imagine, in Ready Player One, you have that game that everybody plays, and people work in the game, and they go to school in the game, and they spend their entire waking lives in this fucking game. And they do everything from gambling to banking to actually playing the game to like going to school and having their careers, and you can go see a doctor in the game and all that shit. No, it shouldn't be like that. Should not be like that at all. There's no room for independence there. One giant company runs everything. That is very, very bad for... Because you also notice in that movie, people are living out of cars and trailers and shit, and the vast majority of people are super poor. At least they got that part right. They got the part, when you have monopoly, that's what happens, is that the average ordinary person gets exploited. And that movie actually really exemplified that part really well. The main character lived in a couple of like vans that were like stacked on top of each other with like no running water, right? And basically no prospects to improve his station. The only job he could get is with the same fucking corporation that everybody's playing this damn game from. It's yeah. I can't think of a worse future. Put it that way. Anyway, so yeah, fuck Elon Musk. The guy's a fucking moron. Hello folks, if you like what I do and you want to support the channel, please consider buying something from my Etsy shop, supporting me on Patreon, liking and subscribing, and checking me out across my social media links listed below. Thank you all so much, and see you next time.